Hi children, so let's continue with 10th lesson Kathmandu by Vikram Seth. So in the last session, the first module, we could come to know about the ambience, the environment around Pashupatinath temple, which is one of the very popular and famous Hindu pilgrim center. So he made a list of all the observations, what are all the things he had seen there and all, right? The way the devotees were pushing each other to grab the attention of the priests, and how the foreigners were claiming to let them also enter in, saying that they also are the Hindus, and monkeys chasing each other. Yeah. And then there's a corpse being cremated there, then how the withered flowers were being thrown, washerwomen taking care of washing, young children taking bath, whatnot. And also he described about the shrine, which is a very a very historical myth, says that if the shrine completely gets sunk into the water, then of course the Kali Yuga would be ended up. So therein we have closed the other day. So now we'll see what is the other place he's going to describe here. So page number 129 children, and the third paragraph we go here with. Get ready with your textbooks and also please have your running notes along. So paragraph 3, at the Bauddhanath Stupa. So they said that Kathmandu is very famous for two temples, two things they said. One is Pashupatinath temple and other one is Bauddhanath Stupa. So it's a very famous Buddhist place. So the Buddhist shrine of Kathmandu, there is in contrast. So the way, whatever the observations listed by Vikram Seth, you all remember the environment around Pashupatinath temple, how the things were, and now he is going to describe about the place where you see the Buddhist shrine. It's a very popular Buddha stupa, Bauddha stupa we call it as. And it's contrast in the sense it's completely different. So Pashupatinath temple has nothing to do with Bauddha stupa, and Bauddha stupa also has nothing to do with Pashupatinath temple, because both are different and both belong to two different religions. So even the ambience and environment is completely different. That's what it does mean by saying contrast. A sense of stillness. So here he says that he could feel serenity and stillness. There is calm, quiet environment. Its immense white dome is ringed by a road. So, any Buddha stupa, if at all you had visited, you will see the dome, children. The dome is nothing but, it comes like this side where it ends up, right? Having a sharp edge here. So, there was a white dome on the shrine of Buddha stupa, which is getting connected to a road. And small shops stand on its outer edge. So, there are petty small shops which are being occupied there on that road, and many of these are owned by the Tibetan immigrants. So the people who are owning those shops are of Tibet. So they are all the people who have migrated from Tibet. They have come from Tibet. And what is famous there? Felt bags. They are very famous, children. If at all any of your relatives or somebody, if at all they had been there, you may ask them. So they would definitely say that they would have purchased some felt bags there. Felt bags are nothing but the bags are made up of the combination of sheep's wool and also fiber, kind of a jute kind of a thing. It's a combination of fiber and also sheep's wool. So they look so beautiful because the work which makes it to look much more beautiful. And Tibetan prints and silver jewelry can also be bought there. So what else is famous along with felt bags? Tibetan prints and silver jewelry also. So even jewelry also, which is made up of what? Silver, is also very famous there. And there are no crowds. Whereas in Pashupatinath temple, we could come to know that people devotees started pushing each other. But here, when it comes to Bauddha stupa, there is no crowd at all. This is a haven of here. Haven in the sense, it's a completely calm and a quiet place, so it is very secure and safe place. Haven is nothing but a very secure and a safe place. So he comments that a particular Bauddhanath temple, the Bauddhanath stupa, is a very safe place. There are no crowds and busy streets are around. He says that though the roads are busy, but the Buddha Stupa, though it is connected to those busy roads, even then the serenity is observed, the calmness is observed, the quietness is observed, which makes him to feel, it is the safest place. He is not saying that the roads are not busy. They are busy, but they are not noisy. They are so calm. So Kathmandu is vivid. So he is saying that Kathmandu having two popular places. One is Pashupatinath temple, another one is Buddha Stupa. How come it's so vivid? It's clear. It's very clear. And it's mercenary. Please take down the word. Mercenary is nothing but money oriented. Of course, children, when any place has become so popular to visit and tourists attracted place, of course they make money. Because many people, they might, like Tibet, like the people from Tibet, as already we have come to know that they were owning the shops there. Why would they come only to make money? So of course some monetary gains are also definitely there. So mercenary is nothing but money oriented. Then religious, of course, because even Buddha Stupa is very much there in Buddhanath Stupa, and Pashupatinath temple is Lord Shiva. So of course it's so religious as well. And with small shrines to flower adorned. Adorned is nothing but, to let it look much more beautiful. So with small shrines, so Kathmandu is vivid. He is describing the place Kathmandu being so vivid. Vivid is it? Very clear, crystal clear. Mercenary, money oriented, religious. People come there to offer their offerings to the god because it is religious. With small shrines to flower adorned. So they offer flowers, this and that. So adding beauty to the shrine, they offer all these things. Deities along the narrowed, busiest streets, and sometimes you also see the processions going on carrying the deities, and on the palanquins also you see, isn't it? So they look so beautiful, and the way they take care also, it looks very colorful. So they say that the way they have decorated the gods with the flowers and all, they were looking much more beautiful on the streets. And now that he is describing the busiest streets also, with fruit sellers, fruits. So of course there are many fruits available. So fruit sellers were there, and flute sellers were there. Flute is a musical instrument which we have already come to know about, right? So flute also. When did we learn about flute, children? Yes, when we were talking something about Shehnai, we also might have heard about flute. Flute is nothing but lacia made up of a bamboo which has got hollow end. Then there are holes, and when you exhale, then it creates sound as you keep on like closing the holes of it. So there are fruit sellers and flute sellers as well. And hawkers of postcards. Hawkers are like vendors on wheels. So even postcards also have been sold there. And shops selling Western cosmetics. So even people, tourists, they come from different like foreign countries and abroad, as we have already come to know. So if at all they require something to be purchased of their kind, of their choice, of their taste, even those kind of shops also were very much available there, offering Western cosmetics. Film rolls is nothing but like, now it's a digital world, but previously camera rolls used to be there where we need to like insert in the camera to capture the photographies. And also chocolates. So chocolate is very famous in Kathmandu. And copper utensils and Nepalese antiques. Copper utensils also, even like these days, I think most of us have already converted our water bottles into copper, if I am not wrong. These days, am I right? So like Kathmandu is very famous of having copper utensils, even they cook in that also, copper. And Nepalese antiques. Antiques is nothing but very old, beautiful ones, unique ones, which has got like very specific feature in it. That kind of pieces are called antique pieces. So even here, Nepalese special antique pieces were available. And film songs blare out from the radios. So as you all know, vendors, when you walk in the street, such kind of busy roads, whenever you visit such kind of tourist places, they keep on playing the very popular cinema songs by using the radios and records and all. Then car horn sounds, of course. There are vehicles here and there, so when you hear the horn there. Bicycle bells ringing, so people even also go on bicycles. So yes, bicycle bell ringing. Stray cows look questioningly at motorcycles. So you all see, usually we call them no speed breakers on mobile usually. Like they have no traffic rules and all. Cows simply they come across to the vehicles and all. So when they walk, just Vikram Seth is like funnily is describing that. They look at the vehicle drivers as if like the questioning thing. Why don't you stop for us? Why don't you make a way for us? Why don't you make a way for us? Please let us go. So they were questioning, as if they were questioning. So they were just walk here and there. And vendors shout out of their wares. So people, they keep shouting to attract the people who pass by, who walk by there to purchase their articles. Wares are nothing but the objects, are articles, whatever they are selling it. People should know that what are the objects and articles being sold there. So the vendors keep shouting. And I indulge myself mindlessly. So even like all others, even Vikram Seth was very much attracted by those shoutings of the vendors. Then he started buying something here interesting. What did he buy? Let us see. So I buy a bar of marzipan. So first thing, what did he buy? Definite question, children. You will definitely see what are all the things he bought there. There is a question. So marzipan is nothing but it's a very popular and famous sweet made up of almond, grated almond. So like usually we call it as almond burfi and kaju burfi here, right? Similar kind of almond burfi. You can just take it as. It's like usually we have it with groundnuts also will make it, right? With moongfali also we make it. Similarly, even here this is made up of almonds. So that he bought. So first one is marzipan. Then a corn on the cob roasted in a charcoal brazier. Charcoal brazier is nothing but it's an open stove. Whenever you go to any hill station, especially in winter and all, you will definitely love to eat corn. So even he was very fond of the same thing. Then he purchased a corn which was roasted on the open stove on the pavement. And just see the way he is describing. My mouth is watering. I don't know about you all. So next moment, if at all I see the corn, I shall definitely eat and taste and enjoy. And the corn is rubbed with the salt, chili powder and lemon. So he's just letting us know what are all things can be added to enrich the taste of the corn. So of course we all do it. If I'm not, you can add on a little bit of butter also to it. So a couple of love story books. Then what did he purchase there? He purchased a few books which are of love story comics. So the comedy books of love stories he purchased. And even he purchased a Reader's Digest is one of the magazines which is very famous. So he purchased that as well. All this I washed down with Coca-Cola and nauseating orange drink and feel much the better for it. Then he says that all this I washed down because all other things what he has mentioned before is eating. And then he has mentioned that he has purchased a book called what? Reader's Digest. Digest the word is been used. So only like to make a funny, comment or a funny statement. He's just calling it as all this I washed on with Coca-Cola. Then what did he go with? He had a Coca-Cola. He purchased a Coca-Cola and also nauseating orange drink. So he was wanting one nauseating orange drink. Nauseating is nothing but nausea. Origin. This word is taken from nausea. Nausea is like some people have got a travel sickness. Whenever they board into the bus and all, they will have vomiting sensation. They have travel sickness. So usually, they carry a lemon with them or any lemonade with them or any peppermint with them. Yes, usually orange also is preferable. So here, even he carried some orange drink saying that he feels better with the same thing. Then I consider what route I should take back home. So that's how he had ended up his visit to Kathmandu. Then now he's thinking that what way he had to go back home. If I propelled by enthusiasm for travel per se, I would go by bus and train to Patna. So he says that if at all, I plan myself. Propelled is nothing but I myself push. I myself drive. If at all I drive myself. And per se is nothing but by itself. Travel itself. So if at all I choose my own choice, I go by bus or train to Patna. So now we will need to understand that he needs to go to Patna, Bihar, right? So he needs to go to Patna. So he says that if at all I drive myself and if at all I choose my own way, I choose either bus or train. Then sail up the Ganges past Benares to Allahabad. Then also I shall definitely sail the Ganges past Benares to Allahabad. So he would like to make a visit to Benares, that is Kashi, and from there to Allahabad also. Then up the Yamuna, then River Yamuna. River Yamuna you will see from the Parliament House of Delhi, and also if at all you visit Taj Mahal in Agra also you will see the River Yamuna. Past Agra to Delhi. But I am too exhausted and homesick. He had got many of the ideas and many of the places he would like to make his visit, but he says that as it is, he has travelled so long and for so many days he's away from home. So he also states that I really want to have visit to be made to many other places as well, but I'm homesick. I would like to go back home. So today is the last day of August. So he says that yes, today is the last day of August. Go home, I tell myself. Then he told to himself that no, now you need to make your visit back home. Move directly towards home. So no other places, because he was wanting to visit what? River Ganges, Benares to Allahabad, then Yamuna to Agra, Agra to Delhi. Many of the other places he was wanting, but he said that he is homesick. He would like to go home back. I enter the Nepal Airlines office and buy a ticket for tomorrow's flight. He just stated before in the same paragraph saying that if at all he is given a chance to choose his own way, and if at all he is definitely given a chance to spend his own time also, he would prefer to go by bus or train, so that he can also give a glance at Benares. They have mentioned in Allahabad and also Agra, Yamuna, and the Taj Mahal, of course, Delhi. So these are all the places he was wanting. But finally, as he was feeling to go home immediately, then immediately he went to the Nepalese Airlines to book a ticket to fly back to Patna. So let's continue tomorrow and end up the next session in the next. I shall continue on the next module, beta. Third module. So I believe all of you have enjoyed the two places which are being described here. Or one is Pashupatinath temple, which we could come across in the first module and second module as well, started and continued with Buddha Stupa. So two different and two contrast and environment. The description you could see, which has been made by Vikram Seth, and the list of the things what are all been made interesting to watch for Vikram Seth, and also what are all the things he made his purchasings and what is famous in which place and all also we have come across. So let's conclude in the next session. So let's meet in the next session, children. As I'm serving you the worksheets, please do attempt without fail. So see you all. Bye.